the very main theme, the very main topic of this context is to create a better environment for educating young people. We can spend a couple of talks about next landmark contest. It is let's say a new edition of an old contest. We started launching every year. This contest back in 2012, and basically the starting point of this contest is floornetwork.com. That is the international architecture and design portal published by the Fiandre group, and in this day is promoting the 9th edition of the next landmark contest. The contest has gained much more popularity during the last years. The main focus has always been on social issues, starting from the use of public space on social purposes, for social purposes. And the current edition, the 2020 edition, is entitled An Educational Garden in Fiorano Modenese. So Fiorano Modenese is a little town close to Modena in the Emilia-Romagna region, and the educational garden is something we would like to realize in a small garden close to a nursery school in Fiorano Modenese. The main purpose, very quickly, is to redesign an external areas very close to this nursery school. Because the nursery school is in the process of restoration for the seismic upgrading works, and so we would like to improve this area for young children. The very first edition was in 2012, so basically almost 10 years ago. And obviously the contest has changed a lot in terms of visibility and in terms of popularity at an international level, obviously. And the current point we reached with this edition, the 2020 edition, is to introduce some innovative aspects in designing areas devoted to growth and learning. Because obviously, when we talk about educational garden, we have to keep in mind that this area should guide children starting from very young age, from 3, 4, 5 years old, in a ways that is able to promote the awareness of how our action impact the collective life, the collective action. So it's a very, I think it's a very ambitious project, and it's a matter of social responsibility to create an environment that is firstly safe for young children, and that is able to guide these children in their future, in learning how to behave in the society, and taking care and conserving all the living environment, all the living creatures. So it's a very deep intent. It's a very difficult intent, but this is why we are launching this contest, because we are very, very confident that we can receive a good help from international designer and architect as well. the very main theme, the very main topic of this context is to create a better environment for educating young people. It's a very briefly, in a very nutshell. And so to stress the relationship between individual, community, and natural space. So the ninth edition of this contest will be focused on the social responsibility of designing space for young people. The new design, the new project of the outside area we are talking about will include, let's say, two main ambients. A very small square, a very small agora that should be obviously free of obstacle and that should be devoted to, let's say, a recreative space, so that the young children could safely use for the spare time. And another bigger area, it's a small garden that we would like to devote to a space for young children to explore the nature, and we would like to implement with small plants that obviously are suitable for the children. And in implementing these two areas, what we would like to suggest to designer and architects is to work with their imagination, is to work with their fantasy. So it could be included some discovery areas, let's say, so an areas for educational purposes, or an area that include a botanical garden, so with a small workshop to get the children used to experience the nature and the environment. Or maybe let's say a breakout area, so a small gym, a small play area with the kindergarten games, or as well the display, a small display zone with a small theater available for outdoor performance, or a relaxation area, or a teaching area. It's really a matter of fantasy up to the designer and up to architects. The main point that obviously should be respected is a safe area for young people, young children, and the innovative aspects that should be stressed, should be highlighted in the design and in the project. Basically, we have no limits in the countries that could join. Are all the countries in which we are working. So basically, from Brazil to Korea, all the world. And this is the beauty of this kind of international context, is involving many people with many different perspectives, different point of view that should be helping in the inclusion purposes, in inclusion goal, and in the sharing. That is one of the pivotal point of Fiandre since many back years, obviously. The context is freely, obviously, joinable, but there are some limits. We would like to receive some interesting help from young designer and young architects. So obviously we have to restrain the area, and so only the young designer and the young architects, or people graduating in the design disciplines from between 2010 and today can join the project. And the project can be submitted only by individuals, so it cannot be a group work, but only coming from a single people. And we have some little limits we have put, because obviously redesigning a nursery school, an existing nursery school, have some limits in terms of logistics. So we have to respect the vehicular access to the site, to the nursery school, that cannot be changed. And we don't want to remove the existing vegetation, because obviously all the green area should remain intact. And the modification to the structural, to the existing structural organism should be limited as much as possible. But apart from this limitation, all the project, all the design are more than welcome, and we are very happy to receive any kind of project coming from young architects and designers. As Fiandre is very committed in originality and innovation, one of the main criteria will be obviously the originality of the design. Okay. And in developing this project, one of the pillar, one of the pivotal points should be the relationship between children and space, outdoor space, mostly. Some other points that can be helpful in developing a successful project in this contest can be the aesthetic and the conceptual innovation, so creating something new, obviously, and the well-balanced design, so creating the right balance between education, learning, play, that is fundamental for young children, and obviously experiencing the nature, experiencing the outdoor spaces. So these are the main criteria and the main suggestion we can give to designer approaching this very difficult task. Okay. The jury has changed according to the specific project during the years, obviously. The last edition, the 2020 edition, will be juried by Miss Federica Minozzi, that is the Fiandre Group CEO. She has funded in the last 2 years the Iris Ceramica Group Foundation, that is very involved in solidarity initiatives, social initiatives. So it's something that is in the DNA of this company, taking care of social issues. The second main jury will be Mario Cucinella, that is the founder of the Mario Cucinella Architects. He has more than 25 years of experience in the professional architect practice, and he has founded the School of Sustainability, that we'll talk something more later. The third jury will be Massimo Imparato, is the director of the School of Sustainability in Bologna. And then there will be the architect Paolo Schianchi, that is a young architect, old collaborator of the Fiandre Group, is the editor-in-chief of floornature.com, and his lecturer is professor in visual communication and interaction design in University of Venice. Okay. And then, last but not least, Francesco Tosi, mayor of Fiorano Modenese, obviously, the city where the nursery school is located, and Don Antonio Lumare, that is the parish priest in Fiorano Modenese. So he's managing the nursery school, let's say. The winner that will be announced on the June 12th. So we would like to remind that the submission deadlines is on the 30th of May. So it's not so far. Better get to work if you want to participate. The winner will receive the scholarship for the master the Master Degree in Sustainability in Sustainable Design. So at School of Sustainability in Bologna, the school we were talking before. that is a very credited and renowned school at international level. The journey to Bologna, obviously the online sharing on the all groups media. So in terms of visibility is a very big group, and in terms of returning visibility is something quite big, quite interesting. And obviously the winner certificate of the Next Landmark International Contest 2020. So
it's quite good, right?
Yeah, we hope so. Something that obviously could impact in a young architect's career, hopefully. The information are very quickly summarized at floornetwork.com website, so the official website of the international portal, inside the folder of Next Landmark. So it's very easy to reach out. As you can see, the title is the educational garden, so we were talking about, and at the bottom of the page there are all the information, the form that must be filled out to participate, the contest rules, and the jury info. So everything is very simply explained in this page, so everyone can join and help us in this difficult effort.
Okay.
And obviously there is a direct email. I think he showed in the next page, but if you need specific info on every kind of aspect of the contest, you can email contest@floornetwork.com. We can say yes because the contest is managed by the Floor Network portal, the international architectural and design portal. But obviously the portal is backed by the Fiandre group, the whole group. And with the support of the School of Sustainability that has a main role in this. So we can say that the initiative is managed by the Floor Network portal because, as I told you, is a third entity involved with the architecture and design at an international level, but obviously is backed by this big group of Fiandre, so both in terms of visibility, return, and trustworthiness. Fiandre has the main work in that. So yes, we can say that in a way Fiandre initiated the Next Landmark contest. I would like to show you a very short video to introduce Fiandre.
Yes.
Because talking about Fiandre can be a bit difficult. Fiandre is not a tile company. It's something very, very far from a tile company. And just as Mr. Antonius was saying, Fiandre produces architectural surface that is it can sound a kind of strange, but basically our philosophy is we produce very high-end products that can be used for any kind of surfaces. So with the Fiandre material, anything can be wrapped, can be covered like a second skin. So we can say that Fiandre produces porcelain skin for any kind of surfaces. And in this perspective, I would like to show you the video from our lately renovated inspiration room, because we don't like to call it a showroom. It is mainly a places where architects, designer, people we work with, people we collaborated, and friends of us can join us and to share perspective, share opinion, share experience about material. Basically, summarized all the philosophy of the company, because everything you have seen in the video has been realized with Fiandre material. So every kitchen countertop, every tables, every floor, every wall, everything has been realized with our products. And each rooms in this inspiration room has been realized thinking about a specific environment. So you have seen a space reproducing a bar, a restaurant kitchen, or an hotel room. You have seen the elevator, you have seen the different doors, and obviously the main lobby of an hotel. So the main purpose of creating this inspiration room is not simply to showcase the material. We can showcase the material by sending it through DHL. What we want to receive and to give to people is emotion, suggestion, and stimulate the creativity of designers and architects. This is why we are very committed in events like the International Contest for Architects, because we like to work with architects and designers. And this is why the Fiandre company is not a tile company, is an architectural surface company. So the point is developing support, developing high-end material, luxury material that can be helpful for architecture and designers in developing their project, receiving and giving suggestion about their project. So this is something, this is probably the correct answer to your question, what makes Fiandre different, or could you tell us something about Fiandre? It's a strange company, but it's a very interesting company because it's different from a tile company.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Simone.
Thank you.
Pastor.
Thank you.